Racing 2020 was always a little bit like preparing for something that you never quite knew if it was going to happen or not.
It's not only an adventure, but it's just, yeah, it's physically challenging, mentally challenging, and it's just hard on the equipment, hard on the bikes, hard on the team and the crews. So it's definitely a big challenge for everybody to get through it. Something we don't know about Sam MATTHIAS. Oh, can't answer that question. Nah. He's like right over my shoulder, and I can I can feel the burn of those eyes at the back of my head, just waiting to see what I'd say about him. MATTHIAS is like quite direct. If he wants to tell you something, whether he has to cut the whole forest down to tell you, he'll be quite direct and full gas with it. Sammy, I don't know, he's like, he's a dad now.
Yeah, dad now, dude, dad.
He's just, yeah, he's out there and loves the baby, and this is cool, it's good.
Yeah, it's been a crazy experience, you know, something that you can't quite put into words, but really cool, really something that you take a lot of enjoyment out of, as much as sleepless nights. I found it quite easy to separate my home life to my race life, and once you got the helmet on and you're in that zone, it's not nice to say, but you don't think about that. You're just thinking about the job and what you've got on right now. Talking about my daughter, dude, to go on a bike. If she sees daddy always riding the bike around, maybe she'll be keen one day, and we'll see. Maybe I'll get her a horse instead. Racing 2020 was always a little bit like preparing for something that you never quite knew if it was going to happen or not, and when it was going to happen.
Normally I take part in about 7 to 9 races in the year. With this year, it's just, yeah, it's been up in the air and no world championship, so congrats to Sammy, 2 years in a row to be a world champion. Didn't have to race at all this year to be a world champion, so it's pretty cool.
Luckily we had a small race there in Andalucia, so we was quite happy to get back that kind of race vibe, because you can train and test as much as you want, but until you've got that sort of excitement and nervous energy of a race, it's not quite the same.
Andalusian rally was really nice. Especially I like this kind of terrain.
It's not what we're used to. There wasn't any kind of open desert and dunes and fast areas. It was all quite technical and twisty and slow, more like enduro riding as such. But it was a cool race and almost everyone was there.
This is my first rally, so the main goal here was to finish it, to qualify for Dakar, because I was coming in with no rally experience, and you can't just go into Dakar with no experience at all. You have to prove that you can ride the bike, navigate, not get lost, and sort of survive.
All in all, it's been a good morning. Bike feels really good. I'm feeling comfortable, so this is the main thing. I wanted to lead out and just do some days in the front, just to try and get that navigation experience back up to par. We won prologue, we felt really good on the bike, and then from there it was day one. It kind of kicked us in the rear end a little bit. We had some issues with the waypoints and stuff not showing up on the GPS. Anytime that GPS says to us, do you want to skip a waypoint, it kind of you nearly want to throw up in your helmet. You feel quite sick.
Was some strange things in the road book, and so I get a bit lost.
Yeah, here I am. I've got a sore arm, but nothing's broken. Just took a digger early on in the stage. I just come out of a corner and clipped the rock in the bank, and that was that. You know, it was, didn't really feel like I was pushing hard or taking any big risk, but sometimes it's like that, you know. And as frustrating as it is, you've got to take the rough with the smooth.
Once I learnt some navigation with the GPS properly, with waypoints, and learning how to not miss them, get speeding penalties. The last day it all just ticked off well, and I come out with the stage win, which was really cool for my first rally.
We ended up finishing a fourth, so not the greatest result, but we walked out of there with all our skin still attached, bones still in one piece, so that's a win in anyone's book, really.
The result side was not the best for me to finish sixth. I expect a bit more, but for me the most important side is the riding side. How was my speed? And for this side I have to say I was really happy, I was on point.
Honestly, didn't think it's really a big help for the Dakar Rally. It's just you're out in the absolute middle of nowhere and full gas and wide open and making your own way, and sometimes you don't have a reference point to kind of really go off, whereas Andalucia was mainly, a T-junction, Y-junction, turn left here. There was really no off-cap piece or anything like this. It's just been good to get back racing and get that feeling back again, and then now we test and train and get ready for January.
Last year was our first year racing there in Saudi. It was really, really mind-blowing, honestly. The diversity of the terrain was just crazy. You know, we were in these like big stony riverbeds, and then in open desert, we were in the dunes. It was really pleasantly surprising to sort of come across all of that.
It's not only an adventure, but it's just, it's physically challenging, mentally challenging, and it's just hard on the equipment, hard on the bikes, hard on the team and the crews. So it's definitely a big challenge for everybody to get through it.
It's a lot of kilometers, a lot of days, and always in hard conditions. And of course, it's not easy. It's not easy for the riders, it's not easy for the team.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back there as a bit of redemption in some ways for what I missed out on this year. Already on stage 5, I had some really strong results and was looking good for the race, and definitely a feeling with the fire burning for next year.
9,000 kilometers is like almost 2 weeks of riding, is more in the north. That means it's pretty cold. You have to be good prepared for the weather condition, but all in all I'm full of motivation and I try to be ready in January.
Learning a whole new race that I've never been to and never been to this country and never, experienced this before, so it's going to be really cool. And then hopefully at the end I can finish. This is the goal, and with the best result for the team.
It's just having a good clean race. To try and get that thrown back in 2021, you just got to have a little bit of luck. One bolt that comes loose can just completely change your whole day and throw a win straight out the window. So it's definitely a lot of perfection as well. So it's hard to put luck and perfection together.
In a race like the Dakar, you really rely on the support around you, and in some ways even more so than other race, because it's so long and there's so many factors involved. And if you add in the fatigue and everything that backs up day after day after day, there's a lot of things and information and planning that you just couldn't do as a rider.
Would be good to have a good 2021 and a good race.
I think we are ready in January to come back and try to fight again with the others.
Maybe we might start our own winning streak up, and Mark Comer and all these guys that had started this win streak off. I've been able to podium 5 out of the last 6 that I've started, but I want to win the race. I don't want to be the guy that's second on the podium, and I don't want to be the third one.
As much as sometimes you get that fear and that sort of tension and pressure of nervous energy, I wouldn't change it for the world.